Hey everyone, Matt from Soundrolling.com, doing this as a kind of spontaneous hangout thing. So the idea is that basically I haven't been live for a while, and that means I can answer questions, that kind of thing. Hopefully it all works. Moved into my new house, had a stag do of all things, so yeah, things have been a little bit crazy, but doing lots of interesting stuff, cutting up all the sound chats. So that's like over 40 hours of stuff, trying to get them into nice, neat kind of packages for you guys. Trying to do loads of stuff on hiding labs and yeah, more stuff. So hopefully this is just a point to either ask me something about what I'm doing, or indeed what you're doing, and we can kind of chat and jam and just hang out, really. There will be another sound chat soon, I hope. Yeah, just getting back into same old stuff, but basically just wanted to hang out with you guys and maybe even demo some stuff. Who knows? I've got so many things that I can potentially do. So definitely get down and write in the chat bit. Hopefully I can get this chat thing to work. Let me just load it up. I thought I'd show you a cool one to start off with, which is basically making your own kind of cable tie things. What are they called? Yeah, mounts. My brain's going, to be honest. So the whole idea, firstly, is bongo ties. That's what they're called. So you can basically make your own bongo ties if you just get, I mean, the cord I bought is a little thin, but basically I saw in another video that you can basically just buy some stretchy elastic, buy some kind of toggles for coats, and then you can basically put them together, and that's the kind of super cheap version. I think like, what is this, like 2 meters, 5 meters of elastic cord cost me £1 on Amazon. And so what you can do is basically make your own kind of bongo tie. It's pretty good. So I will do that now and see if any of you other guys have any questions with the spontaneous Q&A. Thankfully, I will, of course, delete this afterwards and save you all the embarrassment of me basically rambling on live for ages. But yeah, essentially, doing your own bongo ties is actually a possibility. So get in the comments. I know we have a few people watching, but often you guys are quite shy. So this is either your point to ask me stuff that hopefully I can help you with, or if I can't, I'll try and figure it out. We'll do it live. And then maybe these will turn out to be videos as well, because after all, I love you more. So I give back to my actual audience that's watching. A couple of things that I'm testing at the moment are, I need to go through Ursa foamies. I need to go through Bumblebee lav covers. I've basically found that I own the noisiest shirt in the world, and it's actually a cotton shirt. And it's basically super awkward to try and hide anything in. So basically just been frustrating myself for hours trying to figure out how to do that, because then that would make basically amazing content. But yeah, so if you're just joining in, get in the comments, basically. And we'll see what's happening. Maybe I should go on Instagram as well. I don't know. We could probably do both at the same time. Let's see. I have an Instagram for Soundrolling. Not sure if it's actually going to be a thing that I do kind of full time, but it's definitely could be useful for segregating and basically not harassing the people that actually employ me, and just help out you guys basically. So we'll see how it goes. Let's do it. Let's try it on Instagram as well. What's up, Instagram? Everyone who's following soundrolling.tv and makes so much more sense for me to be live for this. I'm also live on YouTube. See this weird feedback loop, as well as my absolutely destroyed screen. Yeah, the whole point of this is to basically do kind of Q&A, and we'll maybe even test some stuff, maybe do some stuff. I don't know. Hopefully I can basically just help you record better sound, and in turn help myself record better sound by actually talking all this stuff kind of out. So yeah, that's the rough kind of plan. Might just set this on here as well. Oh, I'm definitely going to drop it because of my stance. But yeah, get in the comments, guys. This is what this is all about. And if you want to join on either YouTube or Instagram, then yeah, feel free. And we'll see. So yeah, I'm going to do a video tomorrow, hopefully, about making your own bongo ties. I probably advise getting a thicker cord for bongo tie, but yep, so that's coming up. Otherwise, more of the sound chats, just chopping them up. And yeah, trying to get 40 hours of content concisely condensed into a kind of nice length is kind of tricky sometimes. So we will see. And maybe if anyone's got an idea for competitions, I need to run a competition and give away a load of stuff. So not really sure what type of competition would be interesting or good, but just throwing that out there as well. A problem with most of my content is obviously it is completely spontaneous and so last minute, but hopefully we can do something interesting. I need to do something on these little bad boys as well. It's basically a nice way to store all your gear. So yeah. Rebel asks, what size Peli case do I have? I have the 1620. And pros and cons. Con, it's about 9 kilos, I think, to just without anything in it. A plus is that it's perfect for the airport. It's perfect for just general travel. It's dust-proof, crush-proof, and if the wheels wear out, you can just replace the wheels. You don't need to replace the whole thing. I kind of wish they brought out it was part of their new Air version, but unfortunately it is not. So I think you can get the 1610 as an Air version, which means it's like 40% lighter. So yeah, so I need to think about that. Another thing from the last sound chat is actually I need to figure out a way of getting my bag smaller. I love the Orca bags for just being, for having that kind of rigid frame, which is great for transporting in the Peli case. But I feel I need like a softer kind of just fabric bag, kind of like Rado had. So we'll see if I can figure anything out like that as well. So yeah, and I could still go back and actually test some of the other timecode solutions I have. I kind of feel that tested quite a lot of them now. Quite a lot of I'm sinking into old habits, going back to the kind of tentacle sync ease. But there's definitely moments where I've needed the timecode buddy system as well. So yes, but this, of course, is just a forum to ask me about anything, and we'll see what has. Oh yeah, you've got the 1650. Yeah, Jesus Christ. Yeah, so the difference between the 20 and the 60 is like, I mean, basically the height of the handle is on mine is probably where the 1650 ends. Way too big, totally overkill in that sense. 1620 is what you want. The width of that will fit a 688 with a Orca bag in it, the OR32, I want to say, not the 34, because the 34 is just taller, like longer. And it'll fit a Rycott Super Blimp, Super Shield in, and what else will it do? It basically fits everything in. I can fit a load of radio mics. I can fit tons of stuff in. So maybe I'll do an updated video on that as well. I did one like 2 years back. I pretty much have the same setup. I haven't really changed anything dramatic. So yeah. Hopefully that helps. Maybe I should do these hangouts on Instagram every couple of days. I don't know. Need to figure out something for you, soundrolling.tv. and figure out if it's worth it or if you guys like the videos. So Rebel, while you're asking questions anyway, what do you want? How can I make stuff even better for the channel and for helping everyone out? Interested to try the G4s as well. See what all the fuss is around. I kind of feel like it's almost like when the 5D came out. Is it going to be like as good as a 7D? Is it going to be enough of a jump for people? Or everyone just basically stay with the G3 and not trust the G4s? Interesting times we live in. So, yes. So a good thing that I am not going to save this video. Oh, yeah. Da, da, da. And now you're just watching me go through Instagram. Checking in. So yeah. Oh. We could always have an impromptu sound chat. If anyone would like a link to come and join me up here and chat live and just talk about shit, it will not be recorded and used against you. It will only be just for our amusement. Rebel, it is pretty much just you watching. There's quite a few people that are just joining in and out all the time, but not a lot of people, not a lot of people, for more clarity in that, have questions to ask. And it takes a while because I never plan any of these like spontaneous sound hangout things. So I never expect anyone to show up, to be honest. So I'm grateful even if one person shows up, and it's not just my reflection on the screen. So if you guys have any questions, you want, I don't know, shout out, you want to win some free stuff, figure out how I can do like a competition, and then you can obviously make it totally biased towards your strengths, and then win a load of stuff. Let me know. But a few things already planned in the works. More on Viviana straps, more on Bumblebee products, more on Heidelab products, more on making your own bongo tires, hopefully more sound chats depending on when they kind of can get organized. Problem with that is just different time zones, working, all this kind of stuff. Stuff starting to pick up. So this one is just a spontaneous sound hangout, and then it will be deleted. There will be no more unless something interesting comes out of it, and then maybe I'll use that section. But yeah, it's all about getting in that little comment section box next to you. Otherwise, it's basically me just talking, and that's very boring. And your time is very, very valuable. So I'm hoping and hedging all of my time on some useful outcomes to help make the channel better, to help you better find different ways or different perspectives on sound and techniques like that. I feel there's quite a lot of stuff, quite a lot of reviews I'm seeing of yeah, different things. Like today I found the noisiest shirt that I own, and it's been an absolute pain in the ass to try and lav without getting rubbing, which is obviously going to happen sometimes. But it's a cotton shirt. It's not even like it's wool or anything crazy. So I've already spent ages with the Bumblebee Industries guys, like trying to just stick a Rycot to it. Problem is I've got hairy chest as well, so I'm basically the worst candidate for miking up someone with a shirt. So we'll see. Maybe I should just like shave a little bit of my chest and just like commit to the role. But yeah, you never know. So get in those comments, guys. That's pretty much all I can say. We've got like 5 people hanging out. Or if you want to come up here, I can just post a link and then you can come join. Oh yeah, it's because I'm going against the Joe Rogan experience, you see. I love Joe Rogan. So yeah, you guys have any questions? You in the screen right now. I love you more. Let me know what I can help with. Hopefully, anything, something, and then I'll make a video on it. Obviously, we can figure out something to do. Oh my god, there's long screening today, so the feature that I did in what was it, October last year? Pretty much all of October, some of September. Yeah, they did their first assembly, so that's pretty impressive because it's been like maybe 4 months, 5 months, and they already have a pretty solid locked thing. So excited to hopefully work on the post production for that. Then what else do I have? Just finishing off a load of short films, and we're getting people. They're asking stuff. Nice. Okay, hey Matt, it's Kipper Kipper from Albuquerque, New Mexico. Thanks for all the great videos and info. I'm a sound chick trying to get a better kit together. Question coming. Perfect. Firstly, fun fact: 94% of my audience is male, apparently. So yeah, I'm trying to get more people on. I did a Instagram live hangout with Callie Williams, who is a great sound recordist as well. Does a lot of kind of creative content, kind of stuff, commercials, and yeah, it's always. I think it's good to just have more perspectives, especially when it's for in. And again, it's maybe now we're going past the point of yes, it's basically a male industry, and how does that affect you? But it doesn't always have to be a negative, I guess. Striving for equality, aren't we? So while we wait for Kipper Kipper to come in, if anyone's got any ideas for competitions in terms of giveaways, I have quite a lot of stuff that I could give away that could be quite useful to people all over the world as well, shipping included, unless it's massive, I don't know. So Rebel, any recommendations? Myself, who's been freelancing as a sound recorder for 3 years, mainly on low budget TV shorts, looking to move onto larger dramas as a trainee. Any advice for getting onto it? Well, the main advice, if you're wanting to work with anyone, and this goes for me as well, because I have this from the perspective of people, obviously, because I do videos, people email me, which is very flattering. Most of the stuff I do isn't big enough to warrant stuff with trainees, unfortunately. But yeah, if I was going to go on and try and be someone's trainee, I would firstly look at the video of how Simon Hayes got with his boom op Arthur. Basically, the story goes that he was doing a low budget film, happened to be for Guy Ritchie, so that obviously turned out, as we know, very well. And basically, Arthur was on that because his usual boom op on commercials, didn't want to do it. And then Arthur was basically just super persistent and relentless and was just like, am I your boom up now? Am I your boom up now? Am I your boom up now? And then eventually becomes the boom up. So the general advice for this is that you need to build what I always talk about, leverage. And so with that, basically the leverage is that you have a relationship with that person. And so that's all you're trying to do basically in your whole career, is you're trying to build relationships with other people and help them out as much as possible. And then if they succeed, you succeed. It's a kind of win-win scenario. So advice on it is to look up local mixers, and then most likely, probably in this day and age, I mean, yeah, it depends where you are, I guess. But over here, if you're in a trainee scheme, that kind of thing, it's very unlikely you're going to get on. You've probably already got to spend thousands and thousands of pounds going to a school that will then get you onto that trainee scheme that will still not pay you very much. The other thing is to, even if you work for free, it can be sometimes tricky, because then even bringing that extra person on, it still incurs a cost on production, such as food and this and that and the other. So it's really about finding a good mixer who's doing work that you like, and then just begging and pleading and trying to be as helpful as you can on every shoot that they have. And basically then you will eventually get your chance. And then when you get your chance, you got to take it, and then you got to grab it, and then you got to keep taking it. But just like how you got all those low budget TV shorts, that's a network that you built up. You just basically need to do that again, but you need to build a network of sound mixers as well. So it's kind of not a very kind of pretty three-step process. But the other way is that if people are on last minute, on Facebook groups, on things like mandy.com, if you want to take a punt on that, then yeah, you can just happen to be in the right place at the right time, and everything can kind of align for you, hopefully as well. So that would be my rough advice for how I would personally do it. Because for me, people that then ask me, I'm always in a position where if I don't need them then and there, I then pretty much forget. It's just I've got loads of other stuff to do. Then 20 projects go by. I can't even remember on my own name, let alone the day of the week. And then so then that person, if they never contact me again, then I still have no idea who they are, basically. So another thing is just keep at it. And if you have those favorite people and those favorite mixes, then you're going to want to keep a relationship. It's not literally. Otherwise, it's basically begging. You're basically a person on the street going up, going, "Do you have any change?" No. All right. Well, that's it. See you. I don't know. It's just pure chance then that kind of works out. So I would take a longer term strategy towards it and keep with what you're doing, but then side hustle to get to that ultimate end goal. So hopefully that helped. Oh, it's getting late over here. Ugh. So get in those comments. This one is just for you guys, and this will be deleted. So don't worry. No one's ever going to watch what are we on, like 10-minute video or something so far. No one's ever going to watch this. It's fine. So no question is too silly. Or maybe it can be. Maybe that's the competition. Who knows? If you're just joining, spontaneous hangout. I'm terrible at planning events. I never even know when I'm going to be in the house. So spontaneous late night, nearly midnight now, over in the UK. And we're talking all about sound stuff. Got a few exciting things coming up, as always. Trying to keep the channel interesting. Looking for your feedback, criticism, anything you want to share, questions, your own point of view on anything I've done, any follow up from another of my 550 videos that didn't make any sense or made a lot of sense. I think the kind of feedback. I'm doing this for you guys. I'm doing this for the guys and gals that are watching. Doesn't really matter. I'm never going to be a kind of mainstream TV show with a small sound recording channel. So basically, I'm going for this. Okay, Kipper, here's your stuff so far. You've got the Audix Dialogue Hypercardioid. Okay, 2G3 sets. You got the long and the short shotguns. 302 mixer, a Pro, Dascam D60. Okay, yeah. I mean, you have pretty solid stuff so far. It's good that you've already got hypercardioid. If you're, again, for context of people not who haven't been here before, Kipper's looking to basically get better kit together. Generally, let's give some broad advice, and then I'll just narrow it down and try and be as specific as possible. But essentially, what I did is I went for the stuff that is going to last the longest. I did a video on like buy once, cry once strategy. So Kipper says she's thinking of a sound device of 663. I think it's 633. I think you're thinking of the 664. About recorders to use with the SD302. Firstly, if you mean the 664 or the 633, you don't need the SD302 with that at all, because that's actually a mixer recorder. I have the 688. Again, it's kind of, I really should have a 633 as well, but yeah, I can't, didn't buy it yet, so I don't have it. I would say that, you don't need another mixer in front of your 633. Your 633 will be perfect for that. And if you meant 664, same exact thing. So don't worry. I would literally, if you can, jump to the 633. Or what you could do is you could keep your 302 and then maybe jump to an F8 and sell your, if you sell your H6, your D60 and your 4H4N Pro, then maybe you can cobble together an F4 and F8 and then use that with the 302. Again, the only downside seems to be of the F8, apart from its incredible price point, is limiters is always getting talked about. I need to do my own test for that, but there's loads of different videos with varying different degrees on that. But it's definitely a cheap and cheerful method. Other one to maybe look at, I mean, it's good that you have two wireless kits. What are the mics on the wireless kits? So that's what I need to know. Let's skip on to Carl's question. Work at a college in a school's gear house. What's the best advice for students trying to start in sound besides reading? Get this question a lot. Besides reading is to do it, to be honest. If it's not reading about it, then it's actually doing it. And it's literally what generally will happen. Well, for instance, what happened for me in film school is I was pretty much the only person that was doing sound. And so I came out of film school with like 30 films already, 30 short films. I was doing basically I was doing my year. So when I was in the first year, I was doing my year, the year above, the year above, the year above, second year, the year below my year, the year above, the year above. So you kind of get the idea. So the biggest thing you're going to have is the experience. Your experience is going to be literally your whole career. So the technology will change. Stuff will tried to like, it'll try and make it easier for you. But in terms of location sound, even if they have all the tricks in the world in post-production, including ADR, then yeah, you still need to get it right on the day. And so experience is literally gold. And while you're in college as well, I get a lot of questions as well of like, should I have even gone to this college? Should I have even, like, why should I be here? Is it worth doing a degree? Is it worth doing this? And what I'd say to them as well is that they just have to treat it like a bubble, right? The whole idea is that you're trying to be in this little ecosystem to kind of replicate the outside world. And it's actually fairly accurate. For instance, if you don't get on with the tech guy at the biggest tech house in the world, like gear rental place, then he's probably not going to give you a good deal or the right kit or when you need it, just like in school. And so, yeah, Kai, yeah. So yeah, they were just saying that you had the same thing, which was experience. Experience is pretty much the only variable. Anyone in a perfect environment can literally just turn a dial while I'm speaking right now, get it to between -20 and -12, get the mic at the right angle, not too close, not sounding too weird or strange for whatever reason, and then press record and then press stop when they need to. I mean, anyone can be trained to do that within a matter of hours. So the actual technical skill of it is kind of, yeah, anyone can follow it. But then it's just the experience and the context of, well, I did this shoot when I was recording in a dam. Well, I did this shoot when I was on a speedboat, and I did this when I needed to record underwater, and this when I was in a dam, and this when there was an explosion, and this when there was a car, and so experience. Okay, back to Kipper Kipper. So you got the ME2s, the Rode Smart Lav, and the ATR3350 for lavs. Fair enough. I haven't tried the AT3350 for lavs, but the ME2s, I would probably upgrade them. They're big, it's harder to hide, you're likely to get more rustle. What I would generally go for first is things like microphones. I'd get your kind of mixer sorted out. I wouldn't completely over egg it now. For instance, because you only have two wireless, I wouldn't be looking at a 688 or even maybe a 664, purely for the fact of just so many inputs. It's kind of more for your needs than you need right now. So I'd be looking at maybe something like maybe even a Mix Pre 6 or 3 or 10. So maybe that can come in the realm of things. So so you're saying, to recap, to pair with the 302, besides the F4 or F8, does sound come after light because even God plays for sound? Nice, good t-shirt. Thunder, not sound, yeah. Best recorder, I would say if you go for the 633 or the 664, then you don't need the 302. I'd get rid of it. Or not necessarily get rid of it, but for instance, right now, new, they're like still £1,500 or something. So you can still get quite a lot for it. That's why maybe the F8 or even the F4 is a pretty good. Oh, well, that's a recorder, not necessarily to replace it. Yeah, I would think a mixer recorder is probably the way to go with the kind of stuff that you're doing. And I'd be leaning more towards a 633, maybe a Zaxcom if you wanted to try that, like the Nomad. Depends on your workflow or experience so far. Sonosax are doing some nice stuff as well. There's a few out there. Again, I'm probably completely biased because I've pretty much only had sound devices stuff. So it's literally that, not that I make any money out of that. It's literally just because I bought the 664 when it first came out. That was a convenient time when it came out. It was a big enough jump for me. And yeah, mixer recorder has been the way to go for me. So that's kind of how my workflow goes. And I would say that if you're going to get a shirt, you should have light maybe faster than sound, but that's why people look smart until they talk. That's probably a pretty good shirt logo there as well. You can have that one for free, hopefully for Christmas. So yeah. So Rebel asks, as no one will see this, dun dun dun. No, I'm definitely deleting this for anyone who's there. Yes, so I'm going to delete this, guys. This is just for you. Take it all in, and then that's it. So, Rebel, what's the worst, most chaotic shoot you've ever been on? Any nightmare stories? There's loads of nightmare stories. Generally, not for me though. There's generally the nightmare ones I kind of bracket as just a failure on the side of production, and that includes even first ADs, not having strong first ADs, not having good production managers. Generally, there's maybe been some like actors that have been like just difficult in general. I'm quite a happy person, and so if they're doing quite serious stuff, sometimes people get annoyed at me for just generally being too happy. So I try and be sensitive, but I'm still generally smiling. So yeah, so it's all just about trying to get on with people. I generally find that the more chaotic and crazy it is, actually, the better the crew is, ironically. I don't know if it's just like this weird kind of coping mechanism of everyone just like gets on with it and realizes that it's a bit of a shit show higher up. But yeah, I've never had anything where I've like really wanted to walk off, or something's gone like beyond like a heat of the moment kind of okay, now I'm calm, like blah blah blah, sorry, blah blah blah. So yeah. Yeah, it's been pretty. I think I've been pretty lucky, to be honest. Kind of most chaotic things that happen are just not getting paid, which probably averages about once every 3 years. Very annoying when it happens, though. Still get surprised by that. Okay, Kyle. Okay, personal question now. He's been using the 416 for years and thinking about upgrading to the 8060. Also from Sennheiser. Let me quickly look up. Yeah, it's the short shotgun. Dun dun dun. 8060. I mean, I hear great things about it. Would love to test it out as well. Also becomes, I mean, it's really nice that it can also become a digital mic. I think now, yeah, just very good RF resistance, that kind of thing. I think it's a solid mic. I think you will actually be blown away. One of the things as well is that if you haven't considered already, and for instance, you've been using a 416, right? But do you have a hypercardioid? One of the big things I found was when I first went from just using shotguns, because that's pretty much where everyone starts off with, right? NTG2, Aperture Deity, 416, that kind of stuff. Rode something or other, they probably did one as well. Once you kind of go from like only having those to then getting a hypercardioid, indoors, you're just the difference is pretty amazing, to be honest. And I love my MK41. Although obviously, if you're going with the 8060, it's absolutely perfect to go with the 8050 probably as well. Just get a bit of a wider pattern. Good for picking up two people talking to each other. You don't have to do this like ping, ping, ping. Really smooth roll off. Best thing about hypercardioids. Shotguns, they kind of cut stuff out in a different way every time. So it can be tricky. And yeah, so that's just a bit of a side note. But basically, I think if you're going from a 416 to an 8060, you're going to love it. It's going to sound pretty amazing, and there's more features that you can upgrade that to with even turning it digital. And basically then definitely having no problems with cables, no problems with hum, no problem with interference. As soon as it's basically captured in the microphone, it is safe unless something completely tragic happens. So I feel like we should recap while I'm doing this. This video will be deleted. Take it in while you can. Ask your questions. Be greedy, selfish, that kind of thing. I don't know how you can be greedy on the show, but yeah, the more questions you ask, the better. I can help you. Hopefully this will inform me. Let me know what you like about my stuff so far. Done 552 videos, which is quite a lot for sound, especially because I don't also do DSLR or art department, or I don't do anything else. I pretty much just do sound. I think one thing I'm going to try and work on more as well is doing more post-production videos. I'm definitely nowhere near an expert for it, but I do post-production on feature films and work with other crews as well. So my knowledge is, I think, at the right point where I know enough to take someone from not knowing or introducing someone to something, which is, yeah, better. So yeah, get any comments as well before this closes and dies and maybe just becomes, yeah, private and dead. So what do we have here? Okay, yeah, hypercardioid, yeah, and Kupka, PSS, yeah, MK416 and MKH50. Nice. Although you said 50 with a question mark. Maybe that's, well. But yeah, MKH50, you'll love it if you get an 8060 with that as well. Some people even use hypercardioids outside as well. Okay, Kev Moore. Sorry, it's been a bit of a while getting to your question. Slowly losing my voice as well. What's happening? What would you recommend for? Oh wait, what to get? MK. Oh, so no. If you only have a 416 right now, then going to an 8060 will make a big difference. But also in your arsenal, it's very good to have like a shotgun and a hypercardioid. So potentially, for instance, so the difference can be, for instance, the hypercardioids, they're generally quieter than, I think they're generally quieter. I mean, basically the MKH50 will be quieter or like more sensitive than your 416, but then your 416 is outside, so it's fine. So even if it's a bit noisier, it's good. But your 8050 or your MKH50 is going to be, it's going to have a rounder, smoother pattern. So then the whole idea is that if someone goes slightly off mic, the kind, you don't lose any colors in the picture, if I'm trying to use the same metaphor. And yeah, and I'm losing my trail of thought because I'm reading comments. And yeah, so that's number one thing. Number two is that they're really good because then if you've got two people talking, you can basically just sit it pretty much in the middle, just moving slightly. So anything that helps you do that is going to be very good and beneficial. And yeah, it's just better. They just sound better indoors as well, and even outside on quiet days. Sounds a bit more natural, gives a bit of room to stuff. So whether you would just completely replace, because I have a feeling that you should keep your MKH 416 as a backup. I still keep mine just because you never know if you need another one, if something dies, if something goes crazy, or you're in an environment where you think you're going to absolutely trash your microphone. So you may as well use this one like out in a blizzard somewhere. You're going to need it. But definitely just while you're looking at the 8060, which I think is fantastic mic for you to upgrade to, do look at also the MK50 and things like that as well. Having something wider is a bit better. Right back to Kev. Sorry, Kev. Recommend for starter kit, as I am just starting out in sound and world of planning. Depends how much you have to spend, Kev. Let me know how much you have to spend. So yeah, and you want to basically do everything. Yeah, just starting out, starter kit. So Kev, let me know how much you want to spend, and then I'll price it up for you. Carl, thank you from our school because you help a lot of students who can't always talk to sound students. This is the whole reason why I ended up doing this, is basically because, well, firstly, when I was in film school, I basically got taught by an editor for quite a lot of my stuff, which is an interesting perspective. But also, if you're not doing a sound course already or don't know that you're already into sound, which is me, I had no idea. I was already making YouTube videos, funnily enough, back in like bloody a million years ago, in 2010 or something. I think I made my first one in like 2006. I want to say something crazy like that, when YouTube pretty much just started. Hilarious things like that. So yeah, there's still some videos, if you can find them, that have like, I don't know, 40,000 views, like 700,000 views. But I keep that pretty hush hush. So this is also why this video is going to be deleted, you see. And yeah, so I basically made this channel to basically educate myself, but also I kind of felt that because the older models of stuff, the idea of traditionally it being a bit of a pyramid scheme, and if you were already in with all those people, then you basically, obviously, everyone just helped themselves, like everyone does normally. It's not like a Scientology kind of madness thing. It's just what people do. Like, you hang out with people that you like working with, and you keep working with them, and then you don't work with people you don't like. And it's kind of hard to break into the circle, right? It's like you've already made friends at school, and then like some new kid joins like 7 years into your friendship, and it's a bit like, yeah, does this guy fit? I don't know. So it basically gets tougher. So what I want to do is I want to kind of level the playing field in terms of just like the knowledge and the context. And then hopefully what can happen is it's not about, if I tell you all these things, everyone's going to be an amazing mixer, and then obviously there's going to be no one's going to be able to charge for anything because there's going to be more sound mixers than work. I think that's fundamentally not true. And I think that what should be able to happen is the people that want it the most, or that are just generally the best, just like if you're super talented at basketball and you're like 8 foot tall, it's like you should be allowed to have all the knowledge about where to get a basketball. You should be able to know and get all this stuff. And then it's up to you if you use it. I guarantee, like, none of you have watched all 552 videos of mine, but then maybe you don't need to. Or do you? Is this all a secret plan? I'm getting carried away with myself, but basically starting this up is both beneficial to me in terms of just, if I'm teaching someone something, I have to like really understand it and be able to explain it in a way that makes sense. And one of the things starting out early on in this was, why do I do this? I've just always done this. But let me explain to someone why I'm doing it, and then maybe I'll understand, and then I can latch onto this bit of information, and then do this, and then this. And so now I'm kind of on a mission to just basically bring kind of sound training in a world where film schools and things like that still don't treat sound with any sort of real force, because there's basically more money in camera in terms of spending, not in terms of actually earning. Yeah, I wanted to give those people that still want to do sound a real kind of chance. Oh. And if all else fails and I don't win an Oscar for any of my work, or I'm not any good at sound, then I'll get some sort of lifetime achievement award maybe. Or yeah, hopefully I'll get something. I've plowed so many hours and so many thousands of pounds into apps and testing stuff out and renting stuff and doing this. So, and already it's great to see that other people have kind of taken this on board. I've been doing this since like 2012, although not really seriously until kind of 2 years ago. should have kept up with it more back then, but it's good to see more people coming out and kind of doing their own thing with it. And yeah, sharing their version of it as well. That's the thing. We basically all do the same stuff. It's just we do it in different ways. Anyway, long thing about that. So Pyrus Bud, have you had a go of Reaper in a post context? I have not. I still have Pro Tools. I think I'm gonna cancel my stupid bullshit subscription to them. Although I really love RX6, maybe I can definitely, yeah, definitely. Maybe if I can move Isotope to or Isotopes, Isotope. The Isotope plugins, the Waves plugins to Reaper, I'd probably switch like that because it seems a bit bullshit now paying all this money, and DigiDesign and all that, they just seem to be, they're just a bit of a shit company. It's a bit annoying that even I have Pro Tools 10 on this laptop, for instance, and I have 12 on there. It seems a bit stupid that the only real benefit I get with things like HD is things like offline bounce and kind of these things that should just be standard. Maybe I'll just go to Adobe Audition. Fuck it, everyone's on Premiere Pro, right? So, but no, I would love to try Reaper. I need to get more into. I don't want to get too much into post production because then it takes away from everything else. But oh yeah, I love RX. Well, if I can, yeah, I guess I can get that transferred over, right? So yeah, maybe I'll try Reaper. Yeah, fuck Pro Tools. Although I do like it. I think the biggest jump they had was when it went from 9 to 10, and it basically looked like Logic, but it was still Pro Tools. It like actually made sense, even though they've been around for like fucking forever. And this is the thing as well. Like I find a lot in the sound industry. Like this is a classic example of like nothing's like the belt straps, right? Waist belts and stuff. They came out like a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, that there was a big development about it, and now and then everyone's kicking off about, or Neopaks were kicking off the Ursa straps and stuff for basically just like bringing out a better product. So I'm sure Reaper will absolutely destroy Pro Tools, and that's why they've gone on this monthly plan and they have like a free one because it seems like that's a company that basically just milks it for shareholders rather than actual practitioners. But I could be wrong. This is just my limited experience, and I'm still using the damn thing. So it's almost like paying for the thing that you hate the most. So yeah. So we're still going. I will update you in case you were wondering what the hell is going on. I'm seeing people drop and come all the time, but we get a good group, 10, 15 people. Whole idea of this, spontaneous, ask me a load of questions, gonna delete this video, be really selfish. Tell me also what you want to actually see recorded as videos, and then I'll do that, basically. Yeah. So pretty simple. Also want to do some competitions, but really need to figure out what's going to be the best way to do that. So maybe I'll have to have something like sound jokes or something. I don't know. Yeah, I need to get back on the app as well. I need to do like friggin' loads of stuff, to be honest. The app's gone a bit dead in the water because they kept updating the Apple like service terms, and now I have to download a new certificate for like integrating with the blah blah blah. It's all a bit of a mess, to be honest. So I've kind of just like left that alone. But I do need to figure that out. So ask me questions. Get in those comments, and I'll just answer text messages. Also, what are your thoughts on like having an Instagram account where I basically just go live every day for like half an hour, an hour? Don't know. I'm trying to read the vibe on this one. I already have my Soundrolling one, but then I don't know about just doing like a separate. I've got the Soundrolling.tv if you want to look at that on Instagram. I haven't really posted anything, but I thought I'd just use it for live stuff, maybe some interviews. What you can do is when you hang out, you can go live with people, ask questions, that kind of thing. So, yeah, let me know. Comments, bonus points. Kyle, what do you think about the Electrosonic's new PDR, the digital recorder? Personally use SSM. with the UCR with the 411As. So I would say that I think it's quite niche. I think they're in the unfortunate position because they're in the US and the patent, however you say it, depending on your accent. With that whole kind of just landscape in general, I think it was very tricky for them. I think they did very well. I think that will be a solid recorder, but I think for the price that they are, I'm more inclined to just go with maybe a Tascam, maybe a Zaxcom, maybe the new Audio Limiteds. I'm really interested in seeing the new 1010s. So I think it's tricky. I think those guys were stuck. They did what they could. Maybe if something's unturned, they can unlock weird firmware or something. Like, who knows? I have no idea about the behind the scenes of that at all. But it just makes you wonder, like, if something does change, what they would do. So yeah. So basically, what I would say is that you definitely shouldn't replace any of your wireless units with the SSM. You shouldn't replace the SSMs with any digital recorder. Yeah, good plant mics. Pyro. Plant mics, do you use them often? Ever had the chance to work closely with a set designer? I rarely use them. I've been quite lucky shot-wise. But any techniques or thoughts? They're very useful. If you can use them, use them. I use radio mics a lot, just hiding them and stuff. Even when the perspective is really hard. So, for instance, there was from the screening I was just at, there's one scene in that film where someone's having a massage. So they're leaning up. The shot is kind of like, I don't know. They're like leaning on the table like this, and then the shots are like the person behind. So they're kind of looking up and talking. But then they're also doing this as well. So what I did is basically have a plant mic behind the tablecloth below, sounds super clean, and then you have the boom above, and then basically you can use both. Obviously, you can't stick it to them. They're wearing nothing. So try and use plant mics. Yeah, as much as they're needed. If I know that I can't get anything on the boom, or that they're gonna do something that is gonna fuck up their mic somehow. It's always good to have bonus ones. Just make sure you keep track of them though as well. Also, another kind of tip, I guess, is using plant mics for gaining wild tracks. So, for instance, if you rigged up a car, you rig it up for the dialogue, obviously, but then maybe if you can get a plant mic in the engine at the same time, if you can get a plant mic with a kind of key prop, then I think that really helps in post-production because it's not just a generic thing like a glass or something like that. If it's kind of key prop and you can kind of get some sound out of it, like a car, something people are interacting with, then I think it really helps in post, just from my perspective of what I then use in post. So, for instance, yeah, cars are really good. And so if you're on a boat, maybe if you're on anything where they're doing something while they're in an environment that is going to be changing a lot, it's good to have plant mics because then you can basically get the ambience at the same time. So I've done a fair amount of shoots in factories, funnily enough, kind of like the Amazon ones where they have like automated cranes and pickers. And so just having plant mics with the right perspective for basically sound effects is super, super useful. And again, it's only if you've got time. Cause sorry, it's late over here. I'm in the UK. Just for you that are in where it's like 5 p.m. or whatever on the West Coast. Yeah, so I would basically do that. That's my idea. Yeah, production sound effects are beautiful. Yeah, so that's the idea of that. And yeah, so you should know the deal by now. But if anyone snuck in and someone's simultaneously gone out at the same time, the numbers have been the same. Whole idea, spontaneous thing. Gonna delete this, and you ask me all your questions. You hopefully remember all the answers. If not, ask me to make a video about it later. Got a few more things to kind of test and do. Found an incredibly noisy shirt that I own, and I literally already spent like an hour and a half today trying to get it in a position where it's going to be fine. It's actually made of cotton as well, but still, it's this one. It's super noisy. It's ridiculous. And then because I'm got a hairy chest, it's just absolute nightmare. So figuring out everything from sticking down fur to all sorts of stuff. So yeah, there's that, I guess. So comments. That is what I'm living for. Let me check what kind of time we are up to at the moment. 1:31. That can't be right. Yeah, there we go. All right, we've nearly been going an hour. Can you believe that? Oh my god. Rebel, are you still on? Rebel was on in like the first minute. So this is literally turning into my very own sound chat. So yeah. Maybe I'll have to just make this private instead. I don't know. Well, maybe keep this for later. There's some useful value in this somewhere. If not just for my own documentation. But maybe we should call it a night. I don't know. I guess I'll do a final whip round. Let me know in the comments quickly what you think of me doing just Instagram Hangouts and kind of spontaneous sound chats through that. And then they're live only for 24 hours and then they're dead. Unless I figure out a way of kind of taking them off my phone. But then they're a weird aspect ratio like this or something. I don't know. We'll figure that out, I guess. Props to Rebel for still being here after an hour. First one in, last one out. I need to figure out so much. I've got so many videos I can make, I guess. But are there any that stick out to you? Get them in the comments, and I'll try and do them tomorrow. What else? I need to figure out. There's the foamies. So yeah, I need to do so much. So let me know, Pyro. Rebel, black or white? You got to choose. Just write in the comments, black and white. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, land making techniques. Well, that's, yeah, if I can figure out this bloody annoying shirt, maybe I'll have to do a live one with that where it's like linked up and we try and figure it out together. Because honestly, I've gone through like an hour of stuff already and it's horrible. All right, Rebel, for being in for a whole hour of a spontaneous, unarranged sound chat, you can win because again, you guys have got to let me know actual like competition ideas. You have won 12 Ursa foamies. Ta-da! So yeah, let me know. I don't know, send me a message, send me an email or something. matt@soundrolling.com with your address, and I'll just post these. Because why not? Let's just give stuff away. Really do want to do more competition, so I need to figure that out. But I need to count these because some of these come out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, you can tell things are winding down. People are leaving. I will not be offended if you leave. Just give me some ideas. Yeah, it's all about lab techniques, I guess. And maybe renting some more gear to try and test. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 12. 12 in there as well. Yeah, I don't know. I think that's it, guys. I think it's ended. I think I've got to delete the video. Or I'll make it private and then we'll see. No worries, Rebel. It's the least I can do. Time is valuable. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Time is very valuable, guys. It's the most valuable thing you have, and that's why your experience is worth the most. Could do a straw poll, yeah. I should do yeah, I should do like a leave a comment. Maybe I'll just start giving out stuff randomly, you know. Maybe over the next like 3 videos or something. I don't know. I feel like I should do something special for you guys. You guys have hung out quite a lot. So I'll do videos on Ursa foamies, and then they should be there in time for Rebel to pick them up. I guess. Oh, so yeah. Anything else from you guys? I literally want to, I don't know, squeeze this out. We've been going for like an hour, so, and I don't want to repeat myself like a billion times, but it's all about you guys. I love you more. Remember that. Remember that. And then I'll get back to editing some more sound chats, cutting those down. It's good to revisit them. Did them back in the end of 2014 was the first lot. I did 20 in 1 month, which was ridiculous. I did 20 hours of just sound chats. Should really focus on just getting more work, shouldn't I? Rather than all these sound chats. But yeah, yeah, man, we'll do some more chats as well. Any more ideas? Any final thoughts? I don't know. If no one says anything, comments for 2 minutes, then I think I'll call it. Should probably download this card as well. Have to keep backing up all my all the videos I make with everything else. Well, that's good, Pyro. That's what I like to hear. And the thing is, as well, is that it's so much. Yeah, but the thing is, as well, it's not. This is. I feel like I should become like the Wikipedia or something. I don't know. I just want to leave my own 2 cents on stuff, and then what happens is either I'm right, I'm wrong, or I could have done it slightly better, or you've been doing it slightly worse, or you've been doing it. You know what I mean? And then we get this kind of actual feedback thing going on. The problem we have, I think, with the internet in general these days, is because everything's so interest based. Is basically you click on a video about something and it ends up being just a kind of bit of a PR or promo, or quite a lot of, because I was looking around for like lots of different lab hiding videos. Quite a lot of them, they show you where to do it, but they'll show you on a dummy, or they'll show you like they won't actually do it themselves, unless obviously they're kind of suited for it, as in like they just have no hair anywhere on their body apart from their head. So I need to do more videos about hairy chest guys, because when you're in an impossible situation, what do you do? But yeah, nice live sound turned recorder. See, that adds a whole new dynamic. There's so many. I am so far behind compared to like the thousands of millions of people that got into sound in general before they did anything else. Oh yeah, kind nice. Yeah, I literally only rented that 633 for like 1 day, and I was like, what can be the most useful? Let's go through the menu and do that. Any of you interested in 688 videos? I've done quite a few, but I wonder if I should go through the menu of it all. Oh, I think I already posted it. Yeah, I need to figure that out. But yeah, there's lots of stuff. Lots of stuff to do. And I have lots of post-production stuff to do. So maybe what I can do as well is there's a few give me a shout out or thing if you're interested in the wingman. Yeah, I did a few on the wingman, but I can do a new one just for that. I think I've done one on sound reports as well. Yeah, okay, yeah, I'll do a video on that, because otherwise I'll talk for hours. But I can do the wingman. I think I've done one on the wingman. I think I need to figure out how to make my website more friendly for searching all this stuff as well. Because again, once you've done 500 videos, who the fuck wants to keep like pressing next page on all of that? But yeah, in fact, we can do a funny little test and see if I type into YouTube wingman sound rolling. And I've just seen on the front of my page, like, oh yeah, so I've done an overview of it. And then it's my app. Yeah, what if I put too loud? Yeah. I mean, I think a top tip, guys, is if you want to find out stuff, just add the tagline sound rolling to the end of it, and on YouTube, and it should actually come up. I need to do a channel introduction as well, to be honest. But yeah, I did the announcement, and then think I did an overview with it as well because I recorded my phone and went through it. Very useful for some stuff. Oi, oi, oi. Okay. It's so funny. I've got a video from like a year and a half ago, and then my girlfriend's in that, and now she's gonna be my wife soon. How old am I? Yeah, reports. Very good. Right, guys, I'm gonna now make this video private, I guess. And then I get all the stats and the interesting stuff. And then, yeah, maybe, why don't we? Here's a fun trick. If you're still watching right now, which I applaud your commitment to the game, go on Instagram and go to soundrolling.tv. I mean, it's backwards, but you get the idea. Soundrolling.tv looks a little like this. Has only three images, and we'll hang out live there, and then I can invite you on and stuff, and then we could be live together like that. So let me know. Some people have already done it as well. I need to follow like 1 million people back. Okay, so we'll continue this on Instagram. Why not? And then we can make this video just like an hour or probably in 2 hours now. Yeah, I'll make this video private, and then you can just keep asking questions, keep hanging out. I don't know where my fiance is. She's still working in a hospital, bless her. So I can already see Carl's there. Nice. So we're gonna get started on that. So join me on Instagram, soundrolling.tv. Kind of different from my other one. Don't know why. And yeah, sorry, I already closed down comments, but let me see if there's any more comments. And then maybe we can do like a seamless transition if I start going live now on the thing, and then you'll know that it's yeah, I don't even know what I'm saying anymore, guys. I'm literally, I don't know, I'm so tired. Hello, Instagram. I'm on YouTube right now still, and I can see myself filming myself. So yeah, yeah, bored at work. Nice. Yeah, well, it's late over here. So, hey guys, fucking Kyle, Alexander. See, there we go. We've got 2 people on here. Right. Goodbye, YouTube, and hello, Instagram.